Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please, if you're able, I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all for coming. They should move this table out further.
There we go. Or maybe they better lose twice.
Let's move the table. All right. Anybody got anything to say about the agenda from the public? Normal 5-minute discussion. None. Thank you. Let's move on. Why don't we start with a little discussion about what Councilman Miller has been doing for the last, 8 months?
As we all know, the FLW is this weekend, and tonight was their mandatory registration. There was over 350 people at the meeting. We're looking somewhere around 130 boats with co-anglers, and then you got staff, media, marketing, and all that. Things are going well. We had one adjustment. We had to move the weigh-in from the beach to the intake because of the level of the water. Last Thursday, we had a local angler, Steve Aldred, take his boat out to the beach and try to come in there. What our plans were to beach the boats and then weigh the fish right there, and then they'd get back in the boat and take off. Would create less congestion at the intake. But the level's so low that the anglers would have had to walk about 30 yards to the water. And as it was, it's unsafe. Steve's boat got stuck. So for the safety of the anglers and not wanting them to walk through the water, we had moved it over the intake. We got it laid out really good. So things are good. The FLW tonight gave us an award at the meeting. It's a tournament partnership award. I asked the supervisor to put that in his office if he would. They have been wonderful. Albert was out there today, and he could probably speak a little bit about how welcome they feel. We're doing our best. They nothing but great comments. I've been out there 3 days of practice with them. Things are going well. In-kind service, which is people are doing this for just an in-kind service, nothing to it. If it wasn't for this guy right here, we would not be where we are today. Him and his crew have helped us tremendously, and I can't thank him enough. And he's still not done because we got a lot more to do Thursday, Friday, and Monday. MED, they helped us. They put in new services. Terry Peace and Massena Recreation. Terry's been side by side with Frank, helping them out there. It's been wonderful. Village of Massena has done in-kind service. Village of Waddington has working good partnership with them. They have donated their band shell, and we put that up today. It looks really good. It's going to really help with the band. Erica, the mall manager, St. Lawrence Center Mall, she hosted the meeting tonight. She put on a spread of food from that wall to that wall, and the people are loving it. They couldn't say thank you enough. And they typically don't get food at their meetings. They come to the meeting, then they just take off. So that went over well. And then of course you got Massena Fire, Massena Rescue. Town of Louisville has been wonderful, working along with us. Sean Thompson has been in contact with me every single day. Do you need anything? Do you need anything? I want to thank him for that, in the town of Louisville. Power Authority and Pat Kern. Pat Kern donated 2 big light generators that, out of the goodness of his heart, I asked, hey, can we rent them? He goes, no, you're not renting them. You can have them. So, I mean, without in-kind service, and then, of course, we have our sponsors, and they're all over the banners, but without in-kind service, this would never happen. I want to thank them. If I forgot anybody, I'm sorry, but again, it's really going well. There will be some adjustments into the parking because of having everything over there, but we'll get through it. I've ran everything through the staff at the FLW, from the CEO right down to the tournament director. They're happy with it. They're happy with everything we've done so far. So let's hope for a safe tournament and a successful tournament. And again, the kids tournament. The kids tournament's going like wildfire. Brenda, what are we at?
200.
We made 200. We're up to 200 kids. Don and Alex and his crew went out and tagged fish. So if the kids catch a tag fish, they win a prize. Keep in mind, this is all donated money. And I will have that list for us after this term is done, so I don't forget anybody. I have a complete list of who donated money, and I'll send it to all of you, and I'll get it into the press. So I think all's going well. Let's hope for great weather, let's hope for a safe tournament, and let's hope for a successful tournament.
Awesome job, Tom, very good.
Thank you, Tom, for all your work.
Yeah.
Really
Right.
appreciate it as well.
Something
You can
gotta do.
sleep next
Everyone else.
week.
It's
You need any more fishing poles? I've got some fishing poles,
No.
brand new in my garage.
brand new?
Brand new,
Yep,
okay.
absolutely, I do.
I've been catching worms at night,
Perfect.
so just in case anybody thinks I wasn't doing anything.
But that's where that is, and I hope to see, tell him to see the people out there supporting him, and Friday's gonna be great. We're gonna have Fleetwood Mac Mania playing from 6 to 9, that's immediately following the weigh-in. Louisville Fire's putting on a bonfire. Rapids Food Truck is gonna be out there, Italian Fair Food Truck's gonna be out there, and Erica from the mall, who's trying to get the American Pub open, she's got the beer license, she's gonna be handling the alcohol. So everything's going well, and again, I hope we have a great crowd.
Good weather too, so
Yes.
that's a plus.
Whoever arranged for that. Good weather. Did you take care of that out?
Whoever did, thank you.
A lot of praying,
So it was you, Miller.
yeah, do a lot of praying.
All righty, good, good work. Let's see. So we have this presentation, we can postpone it if we want. I had the proposals on my desk for a couple days and I hadn't really looked at it till today. This is for our auditing that we have to have annually. The only one that submitted a bid was the company that we have now, Powers and Company. And there is a fee structure for the next 3 years. The last year, December 2019, it was $17,105. 2020, it's $22,000. So I guess right. We can, I was saying to Brenda and Pam that I don't know if we want to, I don't know if you want to take the time to look at it. They're the only ones, they're the ones that were here before.
Has there ever been a cost plus on this? Has it ever gone over? I noticed that there's, if the cooperation isn't there, whatever, have we ever had that at all, or is there?
Just recently,
Is there
with the hospital.
okay. But that would be that'd be the hospital portion, right, as far as the overrun, or?
I
No,
don't think so,
it's
not on
related.
this one.
The hospital delayed their audit because of certain concerns. And because of that, then we were charged, is it 1,000, 1,500?
More, yeah.
So typically, we haven't had any
Typically.
cost overruns on that, then?
Not to my knowledge, no.
I've read through it, whatever, and it's a company we've worked with before, and, I'm in favor of it.
I've read through it. Again,
They've been easy to work with. They're always
They also
very
provide,
employees that are able to take it.
Since
Will
I've been
take a
here.
phone call.
and they also provide services throughout the year if there's questions.
Yeah, you can contact them at any time, I can email them at any time for questions. And then get back to you within a, yeah, good. I'd say since I've been here, I think, I don't know how long you've been prior to this. That's all you've had.
Are they open to negotiations for cost? I mean, we've done a few other things that we've reduced cost on proposals.
I would assume.
So we
The
don't
fee
really,
the fee structure is very small increase over a year's time. I mean, what are we talking?
Yeah, and it includes travel and.
Right,
lodging
I
and-
mean, from 20 to 21, we're only talking, what, $575 for the whole year? And it's the same auditor we've had in the past, they know the system, I'm good with
You're
it.
comfortable with them, right, Brenda? Yeah.
Good. Well, somebody,
I'll make a motion, we accept the
Second.
proposal
Second.
from Bowers and Company.
okay. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, so carried. Okay, so this is the resolution from the Office of Justice Court Support. And the one that we had approved before was not written,
Wasn't quoted, the way they wanted it.
so what did they, and they were, I read the letter, they would only talk to the justices. But did you get that worked out? Were you able to work through that?
I did. If you notice the first line that says number 1 under the current resolution, that's the wording from the new resolution.
Where are you, Pam? Sorry, I missed you.
It says resolution number 120.
Okay, yep,
That's the old one that we already approved,
okay,
and the one right under it says number 1.
yep,
The town of Massena authorizes the Massena Town Court to apply for a JCAP grant in the 2019-20 grant cycle, up to $30,000 for the exact amount being requested. That's their exact words. So that's what I told
So we just have to amend that resolution?
Yes.
Somebody want
I amend it.
to? Al Nicola, Melanie seconded, changing or amending the resolution. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay. All right. So we have some minutes.
Move the minutes. Be approved.
Second.
Seconded by Melanie, Councilman Cunningham. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay. All right, I need a resolution to authorize me to sign the lump sum consultant agreement for the design of the terminal access road rehabilitation at the Massena Airport. So this is for that grant that we're,
This is this is an FAA, it's on the airport CIP, it's an FAA grant, and we call it the administration road that comes into the terminal. So the design is in 2019 and construction would be 2021. So they're basically, it's $1,830 is what their fee is for the design portion of it.
all right,
so,
but
oh,
what is there, I forget it, no matching? We don't have
That's our cost.
that's our.
to. We have to pay for that?
That's just the design. The construction is $10,780 in 2021.
But I thought that there was a part of that was,
This isn't the parking lot project.
oh, okay.
That's a New York State grant, which we still haven't got any approval on.
And I'm gonna talk about that next,
Okay.
but this.
This is a separate, this is an FAA grant that's on the airport CIP.
So I need a resolution.
I'm already-
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, so carried. So the parking lot, what, we got the one bid.
They've accepted the one bid from Barrett's paving, but they are, even though they said that they'll accept the one bid, they're not happy with the minority side of the bid process. They feel there's not enough minority companies involved in the bid process, and they've asked Barrett's to go back out and try to find some additional people that would meet their requirements. And we haven't, and Barrett's has done that, and we still haven't heard anything.
So there's no chance it's gonna be done this year.
Probably not.
And are they extending them?
Pat thinks that his conversations, that they, as long as we have the bid in and we get this approved, they'll extend it into next year. There's two things we're waiting on the state for. There's a parking lot, we still haven't got the official new refueling truck either. We haven't got the documentation saying we can go ahead and order that either. That's still out there.
And that'll take a year.
That's a year. It's pretty much a year for build.
To get that.
Yeah. But we have not heard anything back on that one yet either.
All right, so I need a resolution to approve and authorize me to sign the cost plus fixed fee consultant agreement for the design of the terminal apron rehabilitation at the massena airport.
So moved.
It's
Second.
same thing, design in 2019 and construction in 2021.
Construction's 2020, you said?
And our share for the design is $4,500, and our share for the construction is $10,780.
And that's when they have to rebid.
That'll have to be, the design and it will be put out for bid, probably the February, March timeframe of 2021.
A resolution to reappoint Joe Dallin. Didn't we just appoint him?
That was just to finish a term. But his term is expired now, so she needs a new one.
So move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, so carried. Alrighty, resolution allowing the town clerk to waive town fee part for the cost of a marriage license for all active military. The current fee is $40, $22.50, which goes to the state, and $17.50 that goes to the town. The state is waiving its fee for active military only.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the waiving the fee for active military for the marriage licenses.
Second.
We get a lot of them.
So I was gonna ask,
I wouldn't say a lot, I would say
We
maybe
get some.
2 or 3 of them. And they would have their military ID, show
Right.
that they were active.
Okay.
Anything we can do.
Alrighty. So Sam and Melanie. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, so carried.
we weren't gonna hit
Alrighty, so we have a request from the town clerk to authorize her to purchase 3 computers from ABS at a cost of $3,330 to replace the old ones.
That's one that we just got a quote from them an hour ago. Some of our computers can be upgraded. He didn't specify what he meant by upgraded, so I don't know if that means to Windows 10, which is what we need. So I still need to talk to him. But it looks like I will only need to get 2 new computers. And one of them, if we can, we'll upgrade. And then, because that's only about $375 if we upgrade. And I can use that for my DEC computer instead of getting a new one. so that will save, and I don't think I need new monitors. So it's gonna be less than $2,000 for all
What would it
three. Two new ones and an upgrade.
It would be 2220 plus the 375.
No, it'll be like 1,800 plus the 375. Because they're charging us $555 for 3 monitors.
Oh, okay.
I
So,
don't
all
need
right.
monitors.
So the
I
monitors
use
come
the
out of
ones
that,
I
okay.
have, so-
I was just working 3 where it's 3330, so 2 would be 2220, but, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so.
So you need up to $2,000.
Yeah, I can save money that way, and I do have the money in my budget.
You have the money in your budget.
Mhm.
Make motion, we authorize up to $2,000 for the town clerk to purchase 2 computers minus monitors, plus the upgrade to the 3rd computer for the DEC.
Second.
Who seconded that?
Al. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, so carried. Alrighty, we're looking for approval and authorization for me to sign the state snow and ice agreement with St. Lawrence County for the 2019-2020 season.
It's a normal thing we do every year.
So move.
Second.
I just have a couple questions, David, right? So that's labor, equipment, and whatnot. So is that like maintenance on the equipment too? Is that factored in that too? It just,
It's mileage, materials, and labor.
so it's not really a true cost of the percentage of the work you do for the,
But you get a mileage rate.
Yeah, get them on a track.
Which hopefully includes the maintenance. Yeah.
Just so everybody knows, we paid $56 a ton for salt last year. It went to $77 a ton this year. So at our annual use of around 3,600 ton, you're talking an additional $75,000 this year.
40%.
And,
Hopefully we don't use much this
yeah,
year.
we used a lot, quite a bit last year, but we average about 3,500 ton a year.
I made the motion.
You make that
Yeah,
motion.
we don't go yet.
Tom,
Second.
seconded by Alan. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, so carried. All right, we have something from,
There are 2 additions to the agenda on below that you might want to do before the warrant and the transfer.
First one, no. The last one there, I can talk about the last one,
I'll talk about the other one.
about the bottom one.
Yep.
Okay,
I don't know.
we've been discussing over time with you guys with the increase of percentage calls.
Yeah, that's
Oh, my bad.
Sorry.
We've been discussing with you guys and keeping you up to date on the increase of fire calls during the daytime at the squad between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. We currently have a contract with E5 that is, the contract states we have 1 ALS coverage from 6A to 6P. With work schedules, there's difficulties in getting a second rig out of the barn, and second, times having trouble getting drivers to drive the rigs with the volunteers. Melanie and I have talked about this, and the Board of Managers, Roger's here tonight, the Board of Managers discussed this in detail. We would like to get approval from this board to go ahead and hire another person, a basic EMT, from October 1st to the end of the year as a 3-month trial basis to see if our numbers increase, a percentage of calls, because of the, there's times that mutual aid is down in our surrounding area because of volunteerism is down.
And
So,
that's across the state too, I didn't mean to
Right,
interrupt
that's across the
the
street,
state, but it's
state.
volunteers are down completely.
so the plan is with the board of managers and liaisons, me and Melanie, we'd like to try this 3-month trial to see if we can improve our numbers. Now, keep in mind, the rate of return, if that second rate goes out, basically is gonna pay for this. And we're asking this to be paid for out of the resource recovery money, which is money that gets paid to us from insurance for this service. And we'd like to first try it for a 3-month period to see. I think it's a need, a big need, and because there's times we are not getting the second rig out, and back-to-back calls have become a norm. Am I right, Roger? Yeah, and Roger's got the proof in the pudding there. He's got a stat sheet that'll show you the increase from 6A to 6P.
And it's hard to get a driver at that time too,
Yeah.
or a provider.
I totally agree, it's important to have a second rig that's available to go back out. I mean, if there's, any call that's any distance away or anything else, it's important to have that second vehicle available.
And we've met with drivers, we've met with EMTs, we've met with everybody on the staff to hear their opinions and their thoughts on it, and they agree.
Well, and that's, I mean, it's even been very difficult to get other ambulances to come in, right? I mean, because they're facing the same thing.
Same thing, same issues, and it's across the state, across the country.
But when, when they put out a page, if our rig is out and there's nobody at the station, then we have to try and draw somebody in.
Yep, and that doesn't always happen. I've seen it many times.
So, and they think this is a 3-month trial on this? Roger, you got anything?
No, I think that's
Roger,
what
he's awesome counting numbers, let me tell you.
Yeah.
He's got everything.
E5 has been doing their homework and researching and looking for a basic EMT. So with approval tonight, we should get this kicked off on October 1st, right, Roger? That's still a go?
That's the day we're anticipating for it.
So I don't know, Mr. Supervisor, if you need that in a motion or how you want that.
Yes, I think.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the hiring of a basic EMT for the Massena Rescue Squad between the hours of 6A and 6P. And we'll have to write a new contract with E5, right, Roger?
Right, we had to sign a contract.
Right, it's another site contract. So the board manager will get to that, and our goal is to do it for 3 months. You can get a good hard look at it with the board of managers and the liaisons, me and Melanie will look at it, and the chiefs down there of operations. And if the improvement is happening and if we feel it's a need, we'd like to continue, but let's do it for 3 months right now. Roger, can you, basically, what was the increase on that? I forgot at home, I was at another meeting. Just basically on the,
For the 3 months, it'll be an increase of $24,990.
right, and that's 12 hours a day,
5 days.
7 days a week, so.
7? That was 5. 7?
7 days.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's 7, it's 12 hours a day for 7 days a week, so.
And the research recovery will cover that.
Resource recovery will cover that. Yep.
Okay,
I second Tom's motion.
all right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, so carried.
Will
The other
you,
thing I can talk about for the rescue squad is increase in fees. They have not had an update since 2015, and everybody was provided with a copy of it. If there's any questions on it, I think it's important to do to go with the times of changing and stuff, and it also helps them out. So when they go to bill, this will be the new billing structure they will use. And this has also been looked at too, and talked about at the squad and stuff like that with the board of managers and stuff.
So, Board of Managers is on board with
Yes.
this?
Yes,
Yes.
we approved it.
I
now
said I would bring
keep
it.
in mind that this is just almost a spur of the moment thing. This has been
Yep.
researched through our billing company, and this has been researched through the E5, that
Yep,
our
and
fees are still
lower
not even
than a lot of
as high
places
as
around.
other places.
Yep.
We have done our best to keep them low in Massena, but for the ever-changing cost in providing this service, it's a necessity. So,
Yep. And
I feel, I'm with Melanie on this, I feel it's important that we increase those, it's not a substantial increase. The board worked hard on this, and I thank Roger and the board for working on this. And I think it's really important.
and it brings them more up to the current of what other places are charging, and we're still lower than a lot of places. So, is there any questions on any of
Still
it?
providing the service.
Yep, and still providing the services that are needed to the community.
And so this is billed to the,
Person's insurance. E5 does the billing.
DAB does it.
PAB, I'm sorry.
all right. So,
I make a motion that we increase the charges of what is provided here for the fees charged by the rescue squad.
Second.
okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Perfect.
Okay. So the transfers and amendments, warrant number 9.
Warrant number 9, move that it be accepted.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? So carried. We have the financial reports. Anybody have any questions about that? Oh. So, no questions? All right, something that we probably should have talked about first is the passing of former town supervisor Dwayne Hazelton, who probably everybody here, probably everybody in this room knew. Great gentleman, served this community from Pop Warner football and on up through to the president of Twin Rivers Union, or credit union.
40 years in fire service.
40 years.
Past chief. 40 years in fire service and past chief.
I move that we have a moment of silence for the passing of Wayne Hazelton, who was an outstanding public servant in both town and
Thank you very much, everybody. So one thing before we get to committee reports is we're starting to get the budget together for next year. You can see that Brenda's turning is starting to turn a little gray on the hair. But one thing that I would like, and I'll bring it up to Eric Gustafson, but for our members that serve on the different boards in the town, I'm going to see if we can get some sort of agreement to hold us harmless and not sue us. We had an occasion this year where board members sued the town of Massena, the taxpayers of the town of Massena, and it ended up costing us $10,000. So I think that in the future we should ask for some sort of agreement to hold us harmless. So, I mean, I appreciate all that the volunteers do, but I don't appreciate the lawsuit. I mean, we won, but it still ended up costing the taxpayers $10,000.
How was that $10,000? How was that paid?
Well, we paid. Bill was,
For our representation.
and her representation, she turned over to the hospital and they paid.
The hospital paid for her legal fees? Oh. That was how much?
10,000.
Total?
Well, I don't know, I think there's still an outstanding balance. chance to talk to our town attorney. Anybody got any committee reports?
Sure, I'll go. Highway Department, the St. Lawrence County painting crew was in last week and painted the Hamel, Administration, and Haverstock roads. Those are the 3 roads we paved this year, so that completes our painting for this year, for 2019. Right now, we're trying to catch up on our mowing, the cemeteries, and the boat launches, and the rescue squad. We also started working on plows this week. Obviously, winter's coming, so we're repairing plows, welding cracks, and painting. And hopefully next week we get out. We got to clean the sand pit up and get ready for our sand haul. Obviously, we used a lot of sand last year, so it's going to probably be a couple of weeks of hauling sand. Obviously, we finished up the ditch work and repairs to town roads. Trying to pull back away from that. Obviously, if somebody calls and buys a piece of property and needs a pipe in, we'll put a pipe in. But trying to change wheels here for the winter season. We also, this month, about a couple of weeks ago, I had a town Massena highway employee resign. So we are advertising for that position. The applications were due today. We'll sort through them and probably hopefully start interviews sometime next week. Massena Airport, boutique air, the numbers for September were 1,075. They canceled 10 flights for weather and other 12 for a total of 22 flights canceled in September. Taxiway Phase 2 rehab is completed. Final inspection to be scheduled with Massena Airport, CNS, and Barrett's. Last month we generated, the total generated revenue at the Massena Airport was $1,119.436. So probably the best month we've ever had at the Massena Airport. And Massena Town Hall, obviously, just so everybody knows that the employee at the Massena Town Hall as of December 31st is retiring. So we're obviously advertised for that position too, and those are due by the end of today, and we'll set up interviews for that position.
I already told him he couldn't.
Huge loss.
You're in the middle of a long line.
And Schindler pointed out back in March, April of this year that the door openers that we have in our elevators here were outdated, obsolete, could get parts. Finally got those replaced a week ago, so that's done. And also at the airport, we started today, we started the field house roof project. Putting the new roof on the field house started today. Should be done tomorrow. What do you got?
We have the final numbers for the airport, the cost of it per year. I know we were looking at a decrease with a few.
I can't tell you that.
Okay. I mean, I'm interested to see how much, I think there's going to be a decline in that cost.
I think it is too,
And,
but I don't have those numbers. So, and it'd be great numbers to have going into the budget there.
Exactly. I know our airport costs a lot less than other area airports. I know another one of those is about $1.6 million a year. We're 160, I think.
We were down to 160.
16.
That was 2017.
17.
Anything else? Anything?
MED hasn't met yet.
Slide down. Those slide down.
Next week, right? Oh, look, next week.
Cultural Center, museum,
They have the addition going on, it's in the engineers and Brooks and Washburn right now, and then we will put it out for bid and it's moving forward.
so that's grant for the addition for the drivers.
Yes.
Drive-through.
Drive-through.
Drive-through area.
We committed, the town is committed to 30, what was it, 30,000, 35?
I think it was 30 something.
That was the makeup of the sale of the old museum as well as the sale of the artifacts. So that was money that was, part of the museum at one time. Not sure if that would be started till maybe spring, maybe some foundation work and stuff, depending on how long the process takes, but.
And what is it?
And the library, how's that?
They're very busy, that's for sure. Their numbers are up. They're still working on the districting of it for the school, putting it through the school and explaining it to the public, explaining it to the community of why with what they offer there. She's got a lot of grants in for different things. They're busy. They offer more than just books, let me tell you.
That was,
They offer all kinds of
they were
programs,
adopted by slogan, more than just books.
more than just books.
I mean, there's
Basket program, sewing, knitting, painting.
quilts, they have, if you need tables and chairs, you go there and check out tables and chairs, you have a card. If you have a library card, you can get the e-books.
You can even go to the free museum up in Timberlake, the Wild Center up there and everything.
They have a business center, they,
Parks, New York State Parks,
Yeah,
they'll loan out a pass.
yeah.
yeah, well, yeah, you go there, get a free pass to the Wild Center. Just check it out, check out the
There
pass.
we
Do you guys know, I know they were working on it. Do you know if they got the machine yet that does the old reel
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, those are things I was gonna mention, yeah.
They did?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I don't know if they're still limiting, they were limiting the time because they, you know, with the overruns, everybody wants to get theirs
Everybody
done.
wants to do it.
So it's, you're allowed a certain amount of time to use that, so everybody has a chance to do some of their work. But I mean, that may have diminished a little bit, there may be more opportunities to use that.
So, like, if I brought mine over, you sit there and we do it ourselves?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, okay.
I'm sure they'll show you how to do it if there's an issue.
Awesome. That's great service.
That
A
is
lot of people
very,
had
very
those
good.
old reels.
Yep.
Just an update on the library boiler. We had a lot of issues last winter with high waterfalls. We ended up finding, for some reason, that boiler, when they put it in, they put an additional water line on when they started up to fill it up quicker. The gate valve was leaking by, so the water was continuously flowing in and overfilling the boiler, so before we replaced that gate valve.
Is that the regular makeup water, or is that just?
No, it's an additional
Okay.
line to, I guess, bring the boiler up quicker when you start it up. We don't have anything like that here at the town hall boilers. But we replaced that gate valve and it should take care of that problem.
All right,
So, one other thing, and it looks like I'm busy here doing other things than paying attention to the meeting, which I've been accused of before. But just the latest update from Sean Simpson, there's been some cancellations at the airport. They've had a tough week with some of their equipment. He just reported that things should be ironed out very soon, within the hours. They do have a new operations manager who's working through this issue. And I know there's been a lot of concerns by many passengers, and we'll try to keep them updated, and hopefully things will work out very soon.
It's been a good week this week so far.
all righty, we have County Legislator Rita Curran here.
Hi.
Can you give us an update on what's happening in the county?
Well, some of it, yes, some of it is probably executive session, just because of what it is. We just got back from NISEC yesterday,
Which is,
New York State Association of Counties. So we discussed the cashless bail change that there will be as of the first of the year. We talked more about their opioid program that they adopted in Erie County, which literally I'm gonna bring a board in and explain it to you because it's, you know, kind of multi-dimensional what they did to do stuff. And then sales tax, which at the end we'll talk about. Those are the big ones.
okay.
To discuss contracts with the county as per sales tax.
Talked about it in public members.
work for you, Andy?
It's not long.
Andy, there should be a press release that Joe and Dave and Kevin put out today. Did you see that yet? No. Okay. They sat down at 3 o'clock today with somebody to give them an outline.
So if there's a press release, why is it being discussed in executive session?
Because probably not all of it is in the press release. There's things that,
Well, like what? Because the only contract negotiation for executive session is collective negotiations pursuant to Article 14 of the Civil Service Law, the Taylor Law.
all right, no, I want to be fair. So I guess that we'll wait for the press release, and then if you have questions after that, I can answer them.
Well, can you tell us what would have been in the press release?
I don't have the press release yet. It didn't
Is
come
that
to
the
me.
article that you had, Bob, or?
Hold on.
Will it be on there? Yes. Well, there's negotiations presently going on, or they're talking, the county legislators are talking about the sales tax breakdown.
Okay, got you.
And
I was wondering if that's what it's about, got you.
Yes.
Okay, copy.
And just because other people have already talked about it before the other guys talked about it, I didn't want to get talking about things in public that they didn't talk about yet.
Copy.
Sorry.
we haven't heard about any.
I haven't heard.
And any of the meetings that they've had, county legislators, hasn't been open to the public.
Right.
Is sale or exchange of securities held by the public body part of the discussion?
I wouldn't imagine. Andy, to be fair, I'll just hold off until,
Hey, it's your meeting.
Any good news?
cashless bail is easier to understand than I thought it was gonna be. So that was good news. The people from Erie County have put together a very comprehensive, easy to design on a smaller level opioid reduction plan, which I'll draw on a board, like I'll bring in a bigger copy of it, that we're gonna try to adopt at the county. There was a few different mental health resolutions that we put forth through the mental health, public health part of New York State Association of Counties. And I now sit on the permanent board for mental health, public health, and agricultural and rural farms committee.
Congratulations.
Yes. Nobody sat on them, so we have agriculture, rural farms, and we're gonna be, and I also went to a class on the unionization of farm workers, which I don't know if they're gonna end up having to retool that or not, just because there's a lot of unintended consequences to the farmers.
Yeah, that one better be really thought out. That could be.
The biggest thing they mentioned, and I had not thought about it, is that there's a lot of migrant workers that come to work on the farms in New York State. And if they were subject to the union dues, they may choose not to come to New York State versus go work on another farm like in Ohio or Pennsylvania. And then that would give us problems with our crop harvest.
Like I said, that one better be thought out in detail.
Okay.
I'll make the motion, we go into executive session to discuss contracts with the county that could affect the taxpayers of the town of Massena.
That's not in the executive session statute anywhere. The word contract doesn't occur anywhere. It's a proposed acquisition, sale or lease of real property.
Whatever, forget it, never mind, we won't even bother with it, we won't worry about the taxpayers of the town of Massena. Never mind.
I'm reading the statute
It's
to you.
fine.
The proposed acquisition, sale, or lease of real property, or the proposed acquisition of securities, or the sale or exchange of securities held by such public body. Is it any of that?
What's Bob Freeman say about it?
I don't know, Bob Freeman doesn't work anymore.
I know he doesn't.
Caitlin O'Neill's the go-to source nowadays, and she's just as sharp as him.
All right. We'll have a comment period, closing comment period, if anybody has anything that they'd like to.
I promise I won't be long, okay? Just out of curiosity, I'm kind of slow sitting back to backbencher. Just for clarification on, yeah, kind of move up front. You mentioned about, I guess, a grant we received for the parking lot? The
Airport.
Airport, I'm sorry, well, okay, it was for the airport. And somebody said, no, they didn't like Barrett being the only one because they wanted more minority,
No, they accepted the one bid,
right?
but they want more minority content they want more minority companies to be involved.
Okay.
Barrett had some in there, and they're saying they would like them to go see if they can get some more people that run minority-type businesses, you know.
Okay, so subcontract, you wanted Barrett to
Yeah,
subcontract with more.
Yes.
Was that part of the RFP to
Yes.
begin with?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so that,
Yes.
okay, so that, what will be the actual, I didn't hear any impact, what will be the actual impact by Barrett backing out and going along with this?
It won't get done, and we could lose a grant.
Okay, I was thinking as far as just the work that needed to be done. Is this something that needs to be done?
Yes.
It is
It's
required.
an expansion
so-
of our parking lot.
in that. So, again, forgive me for being a little anal here, but what authority was it? Was this part of the law? Was it somebody, I'm just trying to figure out where this came from. I'm all in favor of the minority
We
stuff.
applied, the town of Massena applied for a New York State grant to expand and upgrade our parking lot at the airport.
Right, okay. So Barrett got it, they just want Barrett to have more
Yes.
minority, which did not meet the RFP requirements.
Yes.
So, okay, all right, that's all. All right,
The
thanks.
problem is you got one bidder, that's the issue. There's nobody
Yeah.
else to bid on it.
Yeah, okay, all right, thanks.
One of the problems with not fulfilling the grant is that looks bad in the future when you apply for another grant, right? If you don't follow through with the grant, it lessens your chances for the next opportunity.
Alrighty, consider a motion for adjournment.
So,
What about, except for the fact that
Personnel.
hiring
Actually, part-time. Everyone.
I make a motion to go into executive session for personnel reasons to possibility for future hiring position at the highway.
second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, so carried. All right, thank you all for coming. If there's any action, we'll let you